Alright, seriously, 2025. What a year for metal already. We're not even fucking done with it, and it feels like every week there's another absolute banger dropping. From crushing death metal to soaring power, weird prog stuff and raw thrash, this year's already fucking insane. My playlists are overflowing, my neck's half broken from headbanging, and I'm pretty sure my neighbors are done with me. They're fucking done. They want to move out. So here it is, my picks for the best metal albums of 2025 so far. These are the records that have owned my speakers and have not let fucking go. If you haven't spun these yet, you need to. First up is The Halo Effect, March of the Unheard. Kicking off this list with an absolute powerhouse that dropped early this year and has just been on repeat. March of the Unheard by The Halo Effect. This album blasts straight into that like classic melodic death metal sound coming from veterans who literally help define the Gothenburg scene. It's that perfect blend of like raw aggression and soaring unforgettable melodies. Tracks like, you got songs like Detonate and Conspire to Deceive hit hard and show this band is so fucking special. It's a nostalgia trip. It's a vibrant reminder of why this style of metal crushes. It really does. This is fantastic. Next up is Warbringer, Wrath and Ruin. Strap fucking in because we're going straight into like face-melting thrash with Warbringer's Wrath and Ruin, which dropped in March. If you want raw straight up thrash, this is it. They're not trying to reinvent anything, but man, they've made everything sharper, faster, and fucking heavier than ever. Tracks like The Sword and the Cross, A Better World, fantastic. Keevel's vocals are pure venom, and those riffs, they sound like they could slice through fucking steel. The drumming is explosive, keeping the intensity sky high from start to finish. What I love is how consistent this album is. There's no filler, no weak spots. It's just Warbringer doing what they do best. And you got songs like Through a Glass, Darkly, The Jackhammer, Strike from the Sky, so many good fucking songs. Alright, so next up, an album that definitely sparked a lot of discussion this year, but one I absolutely love, Sleep Tokens, Even in Arcadia. Now, the haters gonna say it's not even metal. Well, fuck you. This band consistently defies easy categorization, weaving together like progressive metal, R&B, pop, and even like gent into something truly their own. Even Arcadia continues that, you know, journey. It delivers delivering a soundscape that's both heavy and incredibly vulnerable. It's an album that showcases the unique blend of crushing breakdowns and soaring emotional clean vocals. While it might challenge traditional metal definitions for some, for me its willingness to experiment in its raw emotional depth make it a fucking standout for the year. It's a bold step forward that I can't get enough of, and it's easily one of my top picks for 2025. Next up is Void of Hope, Proof of Existence. Now we're heading into darker territory with Proof of Existence by Void of Hope. This one's been on repeat for me since it dropped, and if you're into black metal, especially the more depressive or atmospheric side, you need to hear this fucking album. This album isn't just about blast beats or riffs, it's about atmosphere and raw emotion. Now the guitar melodies are haunting, sometimes almost soothing, like the songs like The Gift of Life. But it carries a weight. Now the vocals, they're raw pain, tortured screams that feel like they come from somewhere deep inside. It really reminds me of Bethlehem at times, and that's why I love it. It's immersive, emotional, and every track feels like it's pulling you deeper into its world. Parasomnia, Dream Theater is back with this brand new album, and it's a huge deal because we got Mike Portnoy is back on drums. Holy shit. Now you can hear this touch all over the album. He got songs In the Arms of Morpheus, a great instrumental, sort of intricate melodies and jaw-dropping solos from Petrucci, and then there's the Shadow Man Incident, a nearly 20-minute epic that feels like old school Dream Theater but with fresh energy. Now this album explores themes of dreams, sleep and nightmares, and it's both technical and emotional. It's a prog metal masterclass and easily one of their best in years. Next up is Soliloquem, Famine. Holy shit. Now this next one, Famine by Soliloquem, is heavy in a different way. Released in April, I think. It's a doom death hybrid with progressive touches that just hits right in the fucking soul. Now Soliloquem, led by I think Stefan Nordstrom, mixes crushing riffs, melodies that feel almost fragile. Got songs like Schlafmorger, fantastic, heavy but emotional. Think of songs like Healing Process, another highlight showing how they can go from guttural, powerful sections to clean, melancholic moments without losing any impact. What really makes Famine work is how real it feels. It's not over the top or flashy, it's just raw emotion crafted into something that feels almost therapeutic. It's a journey, and it's one of my top doom albums of the year so far. But hey, next up, Cradle of Filth, the Screaming of the Valkyries. Now this dropped in March. And honestly, it's the best they've sounded in fucking years. Right from the intro with the orchestral build-up crashing into Danny Filth's, shrieks. Yet as pulled in, it's pure Cradle's theatrical, symphonic and heavy, but there's also this fresh energy. To Live Deliciously is a standout with that relentless riffing and soaring keys, and got songs like White Yellow Ball, just pounds with this dark gothic vibe. The new members, Zoe Merifedorov on keys and female vocals really shine here. Zoe's vocals add this haunting contrast to Danny's growls, and it works perfectly. Screaming of the Valkyries works so well is that it's balanced, it's huge and over the fucking top, but it never feels messy. It's the sound of a band that's been around forever, but still has plenty of fucking fire left. Next up is Imperial Triumphant Gold Star. This one's just bizarre. It's in the best way possible. Now this dropped in March, I think, and wow, fuck, this is an experience, it's not just an album. Now these guys, of course, mix black metal, death metal, jazz and pure chaos into something that sounds like New York City. Overwhelming, beautiful and terrifying all at once. Eyes of Mars is twisted and unpredictable with its angular riffs and strange timing, and then they bring in Thomas Hake from Sugar on Lexington Delirium and Dave Lombardo on Pleasure Dome. That's just insane. Now the thing about Gold Star is how immersive it is. Every song feels like a fever dream, like wandering through a city that's crumbling but still shining with gold. It's challenging, sure, but once it clicks, it's one of the most rewarding listens of the year. Alright, now let's talk about Ghost Scalita. Now this came out on April 25th, and I've got to say it's one of the catchiest albums I've heard this year, but it's not just catchy, there's depth here too. Now Tobias Forge and the band have leaned hard into those 80s arena rock and glam metal vibes, but they've kept that ghost atmosphere, that dark, slightly theatrical edge. Tracks like Satanized just stick in your head for days, and like Karaima, that song is huge. It's got that big anthemic chorus you can't help but bow out. What I love about Scalita is how it feels both polished and emotional. Tobias' vocals are so smooth, but you can hear the emotion in every fucking line. And the guitar work is killer. clean, vibrant riffs that really shine. Now, I know some people will say, oh, it's not metal anymore, but that's the missing point. Ghost have always played their own game, and this is them just nailing it. Skeleta is a fun, emotional, and addictive album, one of 2025 highlights for sure. An album I don't have, but I want. Thrash fans, this is fucking fire. Now, Sodom's The Arsonist dropped on July 27th, and it's 40 minutes of thrash perfection. Now, Tom Ripper's sounds vicious on this. His voice has that classic bite, but somehow it's sharper than ever. Songs like Witch Hunter, which tribute to the original drummer, hits like a freight train and Trigger Discipline. That's just thrash at its fastest and dirtiest, a proper headbanger. You got the Blackfire's guitar tone is razor fucking sharp, and his riffs are like a lesson in old school thrash done right. Add in that tight rhythm section and you've got a band that's firing on all cylinders. What I love about The Arsonist is that there's no filler. It's just Sodom being Sodom, fast, raw, and absolutely relentless. No messing around with trends, no slowing down, just pure aggression. For a band that's been doing this for over fucking 40 years, this album feels like they're still out to prove a point. The Arsonist is a beast of a record and easily one of my favorites. The flesh and soul divine, you're a scavenger. Another album I don't have, which I need, because I got every single fucking Behemoth album. It's gonna spark some conversation. Now, Behemoth's The Shit of God, released sometime in May, I think. This one started the year off with pure blasphemous fury. Now, The Shadow Elite is one of the most aggressive tracks Behemoth has put out in years. The riffs just slice through everything. The title, the We Are the Shit of God, is brutal, but has this insanely catchy hook that I found myself shouting along with way too often. And then you get O Venus Come, which slows it down, builds this eerie ritual-like vibe, and instantly reminded me of O Father, Satan, O Son from The Satanist. Now, Nurgle's vocals are razor sharp here, snarling, commanding, and the production is massive, and every note is built to shake the ground. It's confrontational, bold, and doesn't hold anything back. This album feels like Behemoth doubling down on who they are. No compromise, no soft edges for me. The Shit of God is one of the most unapologetic, powerful statements of 2025. We are switching gears now to something slow, heavy, and suffocating. Helllight's We the Dead. It was released in May, I think. This album is a monster of atmospheric Firienholt doom. Now, the tracks are long, got songs like Echoes of Eons. It runs for eons. Over 12 minutes, but every second of it matters. The riffs move at this glacial pace, heavy enough to feel like they're crushing you, but there's this beauty hidden underneath. Synth layers, distant choirs, and subtle melodies float in the background, adding a ghostly feel to the whole thing. Now, the vocals are brutal, deep guttural growls that sound like they're coming from somewhere far below the earth, but it's not just about being heavy. There's this sadness in the music, almost like you're walking through the ruins. What makes We the Dead stand out, in my opinion, is how immersive it is. You don't just listen to it, you like sink into it. It's emotional, atmospheric, and incredibly fucking powerful. What are the top doom albums of the year? Drook, Never Miss, and Shadowplay, which dropped in March. Shadowplay proves why they're still one of the best in atmospheric black metal. Now, this album just feels timeless. It's like being pulled in the past, walking through a misty woods while the sun's fading. Now, the guitars are hypnotic at times, constantly layering tremolo riffs that feel both cold and emotional. Got tracks like April and The Exile, aren't just songs, they're like fucking journeys. They start with these slow haunting builds and explode in a furious black metal waves that somehow remain quite melodic. Now the vocals are buried just enough in the mix to sound like distant cries from another era, while the drumming keeps that ritualistic pace, sometimes relentless, sometimes subtle. What I love is how patient the album is. It doesn't rush, it takes its time, it creates a world, and by the time you finish, you feel like you've lived in that world for a whole fucking entire hour. It's bleak, but it's strangely beautiful. Now we head deep into winter with Itztab's Solta Sortna. Oh, yeah. So this came out in March, I think, and it's exactly what I want from melodic black metal, icy sharp, but also epic. Itztab's name literally means icicle, and that's what this record feels like, cold but striking. Under Jokensen hits immediately with razor sharp riffs and pounding drums, while Ragnarok is this epic soaring track that's both brutal and strangely uplifting. What sets this one apart is the mix of harsh blackened screams with that clean melodic vocals that just soar above the chaos. Those clean sections give the song so much character and make the melody stick in your head for days. This really reminds me of Warbringer, this band. Now the guitar work is incredible, melodic but never soft, with riffs that feel like they're slicing through the frost. It's not just aggression, there's beauty here. This album feels like a true winter storm sometimes, relentless but also breathtaking to witness. So Itztab. One album I want. Prognen zve che tu naro potsalatiti. Now, the people will gild it. It's something special from the underground. Dropping in February, this record from Bosnia, I think, carries a weight that's not just musical, it's cultural, historical, and emotional. Now, Prognem, which translates to exiled, plays black metal that's raw, unpolished, but deeply personal. There's a feeling of pain and pride woven into every note. The vocals alternate between like anguish screams and almost spoken word passages, like someone narrating history through fire and blood. Now, the riffs are evocative, slow, and mournful at times, building up to explosive, triumphant crescendos. The drumming is relentless, driving that emotion forward, while the overall atmosphere is soaked in melancholy and memory. What I love is that this album feels like a story. You don't just listen to it. You just don't listen to it. You feel like you're being told something important, something real. It's authentic black metal and with soul, and it's one of the most moving underground releases of the year for me. If you like your metal heavy and technical but almost atmospheric, Ixatenalismus, if that's how you pronounce it, Abduction is a must listen. Now this was released in April. This German band blends progressive death metal with black metal and just nails it. From the first track, the riffs are sharp and intricate, constantly shifting between speeds and crushing grooves. Tracks like Truth is as sharp as a sword as vengeance. Yeah, Razors of Arkham as well. Fast, technical, but still full of dark atmosphere. The drumming is precise, the bass lines have real weight, and the guitar work is some of the best I've heard this year. There's also this intellectual vibe. The lyrics and song structures feel like they're exploring deeper themes of existence and struggle, and it gives this album this thinking man's metal energy. Now, what makes Abduction stand out for me is its balance. It's punishingly heavy, but it's also smart and layered. It's an album that rewards multiple listens because every time you spin it, you catch something new. Next up is Patriarch's Prophet Ilya, Hit Me Hard, released in January. Now this Ukrainian black metal band has created something raw, spiritual and powerful. From the very start, the riffs just rip through you, sharp, aggressive, but with this underlying emotion. The drumming is relentless and the vocals sound like a mix of anguish and fury. echoing with this almost sacred intensity. You can feel the weight of history, faith, and conflict in every track. What's really special about this album is how fucking honest it feels. It's not overly polished, it's raw and human. There's a real connection to heritage here, like the songs are carrying stories and memories. One of the reasons I'm so proud to own this on physical media is that the experience feels complete. Holding it, reading the lyrics, and letting it play from start to finish. Prophet Ilya is one of the most meaningful black metal releases I've heard in 2025. Okay, this one's just brutal. Rafa Ligarius Crown of Mortis. Now, this was released in April. It's a mix of black metal and, dare I say, deathcore, and it absolutely destroys. Tracks like Unfathomable and Keeper of the Spectral Legion hit with blast beats and blackened riffs, then slam into these crushing fucking breakdowns that just flatten your balls. Now the vocals are wild, guttural growls mixed with shrieks, and the production is sharp, letting every brutal detail cut through. What I love here is how they blend the chaos with atmosphere. You'll have these eerie, chilling moments between the heavy parts, and it just makes everything hit harder. Now, Crown of Mortis feels like a statement, heavy, creative, and one of the best genre-bending records of 2025. If you're into Lovecraft, this one's for you. The great old ones, Cadav. It's a journey through cosmic horror. Now, the opening track, Me the Dreamer, sets the tone, unsettling melodies, layered guitars, and vocals that feel like they're screaming from another realm. In the Mouth of Madness, holy shit, is a standout. Shifts from calm, almost dreamlike passages to absolute chaos. What's great about the album is its scope. Some songs stretch over 10 minutes, but never feel boring. It's immersive, dark, and one of the most atmospheric black metal releases of the year. And now, well, I had to get this. All right, this one is just insane. Drowning the Lights, Conquer or Serve series. 5. I'm talking about 5 albums, all dropped in 1 month back in January. And it's not just quantity. Every single album feels thought out and drenched into raw, underground black metal spirit. The standout for me is Conqueror or Serve. His ability to create music that feels both hypnotic and menacing, it's so good. Simple but effective, layered with these eerie synths that feel like they're crawling through the walls. What I love about this is how cohesive the whole series feels. Each album tells part of this larger, dark narrative. It's like a ritual spread across hours of music, and somehow none of it feels rushed. It's raw, atmospheric black metal at its finest. This is a huge fucking achievement. Honestly, releasing 5 albums in this quality in a single month, to me, that's legendary stuff. Now, here's a band that always stirs up conversation, Death Heaven. Yes, their latest album, Lonely People with Power, came out in March, and I think it's one of their strongest works yet. Blasphemy. Now, Death Heaven mixes, black metal with blackgaze and post-rock. People call it blackgaze. Yeah, and this album feels like a return to heavier roots while keeping that dreamy atmospheric side. Tracks like Magnolia hit hard, raw fast, but then you get these big open soundscapes that feel emotional and almost cinematic. George Clark's vocals are as intense as ever on this, shifting between harsh screams and softer, almost melodic moments that cut deep. What I love about Lonely People with Power is how bold it is. Like, it's heavy and beautiful at the fucking same time. One song can rip your face off, and the next can make you sit and just think. It's challenging, but that's what makes it so special. All right, now we're diving into something darker and slower. An album I love, Morass Fentanyl. Now, this album feels like being swallowed by a black hole. It's a mix of doom and black metal, but instead of blasting away at full speed, Morass focuses on weight. Now, the riffs are huge, slow and suffocating. From the first track, it's like a slow descent into an abyss. What's really cool is how they build atmosphere. Now, the vocals are buried and guttural, like they're coming from somewhere deep underground, and the guitars create this wall of sound that's both crushing and hypnotic. Tracks like Wars Come Closer and Fury and Ecstasy really show how they balance heaviness with these unsettling, almost ritualistic moments. It's bleak music, but it has a weird beauty to it. For me, this is one of the most punishing underground releases of this year. This really just sticks with you. Now, here's an album that really surprised me. I discovered it on Bandcamp and I went, wow, this is fucking amazing. Neue Burger by Initiation. This came out earlier this year, and if you like black metal with killer riffs and melodies, this is a must listen. Now, Initiation's approach is raw but also super fucking catchy. The riffs are the highlight here. The guitar solos, they're aggressive but also melodic, enough to stick in your head. There's this balance between fury and beauty that I really enjoyed. Tracks like all the tracks are amazing, pure Blackened energy, great black metal. I can't pronounce anything. Now, the vocals are harsh and raspy, cutting through everything like a knife, but they don't overshadow the incredible guitar work. What I love about Neue Burger is that it doesn't try to reinvent black metal, it just does it right with passion and precision. It's an underground gem that I think a lot of people are actually sleeping on. Like, I haven't seen anyone mention this album. Finally, Harikuri for the Sky, Scorched Earth. Now, this one came out in April and it's pure post-black metal beauty. Now, these guys are masters of creating music that's both heavy and emotional. The guitars are layered with these melancholic melodies, and JJ's vocals are full of raw emotion, desperate screams mixed with softer reflective tones. Now, the album's full of dynamic. Songs like, Heal Me is amazing, Keep Me Longing, how great's that? It's like reading someone's journal. It's dark, it's sad, but it's also strangely uplifting in moments. It's one of those records that really stay with you long after it's over. This one's something special. We're nearly finished. Seor Amidst the Ruined, it came out in February, and honestly, I've been lost in this album since, day one. Now, Andy Marshall and Seor are absolute masters of mixing atmospheric black metal with Celtic folk. It's heavy, it's emotional, but it's also beautiful. The title track is almost 13 minutes long, full of blast beats and tremolo riffs, but it's the folk melodies that take it to another level. Tins, violins, fucking bagpipes. It's so good. Songs like Echoes of the Ancient Land, Rebirth, switch effortlessly from raging black metal to these calm, almost cinematic sections, and the vocals, raw screams mixed with cleaner, powerful passages, they hit you right in the fucking chest. Now, this album feels like stepping into an old saga. It's Scotland in sound form, easily one of the most moving atmospheric black metal releases of the year. Now, let's bring up the energy. We got Night, Cult of the Serpent Sun. It dropped in March. It's just pure fucking fun. Night mix black metal's raspy vocals and darker tones with that riff-driven swagger of classic heavy metal and thrash. The title track kicks off with this riff just sliver around your head, skull and crow, fear the night. A total headbangers, riffs, solos, everything just clicks. Guitars are amazing. The solos shredding like it's the 80s. Modern twist. it's one of those records you can blast in the car and just grin. For me, Cold as Serpent Sun is a perfect blend of old school and new school metal. And now we are nearing. All right, now we go deep into the Fills, Clouds, Desperans. This came out in April. This came out in January. It's one of the most emotional albums I've heard all year. Cloud mixed doom and death metal with a lot of atmosphere, piano, strings, and clean vocals that hit you right in the heart. A Dream Apart is stunning, and The Empty Vessel just builds into this world sorrowful. You got songs like Life Becomes Lifeless. Beautiful. Chain Me, The Four of Hearts, Will It Ever End? So many great songs. The vocals are mixed guttural growls that add weight, and these soaring clean passages that feel like they're pleading with you. Every song is slow, heavy, but also delicate. Desperans is one of those albums you have to sit with. It's not background music. It's for those nights when you just want to feel something. It's heavy, but it's fucking beautiful. And now Firienholt, Night Eternal. And this is my favorite album of 2025 at the moment. Released in April, this album isn't just music, it's an entire world. Now, Firienholt from Leeds blends atmospheric black metal with dungeon synths so perfectly that it feels like stepping in Token's Middle Earth. Now, the vocals are varied, harsh screams, softer narrative tones, and they've grown on me big time. Now, the melodies though, whoa, Black Wings in Sumerian Skies, Entombed in the Halls of Stone, and Land Beyond the Snow are just breathtaking. You can sing along to them. The synths, the riffs, the way each track flows, it also feels so fucking deliberate. This is the album I've listened to the most this year. It's emotional, epic, and it's just magic. So yeah, that's it. My list of the best metal albums of 2025 so far. What a year it's already been. From big names like Cradle of Filth and Behemoth to underground gems like Clouds and Firienholt, it's just been stacked. But now I want to hear from you. What albums have been destroying your speakers this year? Did I miss any hidden gems? Probably I did. Let me know in the comments below. I love seeing your picks and finding new stuff. It's been fun, and I'll see you in the next one.